Hey guys, what's up? This is Galey with a tutorial on how to put your video filmed in front of a green screen on a new environment. Today we're going to go through the basics in Adobe Premiere Pro CS5. First, what we're going to want to do is open a new project. You'll see several settings here. We're not going to deal with any of those right this minute. We're going to check our location. I want to put this on our desktop. Press OK, and then title it whatever you would want. We're going to go with green screen 1. Alright, next you're going to see a whole bunch of sequences here. There's a lot to go through right now, and so since we're going through the basics, we're just going to ignore that and go and press OK. Congratulations, you have now loaded your new project up on the screen. Now yours should look a little different from mine because I have gone ahead and already imported media into my production. It is important in your Premiere Pro education to understand how the general workflow of the Premiere Pro interface works, so you are able to effectively and efficiently make your way around the program. We will start up here in the top left corner. This is known as the project panel, where you can import various media files such as audios, graphics, and videos. Those media files can then be added to the timeline panel down here as mini project sequences. As you can see, the cloud cartoons are what you call mini project sequences. After you arrange your mini projects into an artistically pleasing order, the fun really begins in the effects panel. I won't go through every single one of these. As you can see, there are plenty of things for you to play with, and I'll let you explore as you get better with the interface. Once you have selected an effect and applied it to one of your mini sequences, you can use the effect control panel up here to edit the effect and or the sequence. For example, you can change the scale. If I click on right here, here's the scale, and I drag forward or back, and I'll change the scale. We don't want to do that, so I'm just going to Control Z really quick to take it back to how it was. Lastly, there is the program monitor, which is pretty self-explanatory. Here you can view exactly how the final project will appear. I have given you a quick overview of what you'll be dealing with in Premiere Pro, so let's start making our video. Alright, first you need to import our media. We need a new environment background graphic and the video shot against a green screen. There are 3 ways to import a file. You can go up to the File and go into Import. You can do Control-I on your keyboard, or you can go within the project panel and right-click. I like to right-click, so we're going to go down to Import, find the video we need, and mine conveniently is right here. We'll open that up. Then we'll right-click again and find the graphic. I didn't go into much details into picking this photo, so we're going to go into Sample Pictures, and we're going to use the lighthouse. That looks nice. Open that up. Alright, so now we have our projects. We need to make these into mini sequences. We have to drag each one of these into the timeline panel. So we're going to take the lighthouse and drag it into video 1. So now you can see this in our program monitor. Real quick, I'm going to take this and change the scale on that so this whole black area is covered by the picture. So we're going to go to Scale and drag it over to the right just so it fits. Alright, perfect. Next, we are going to put in our sequence. Our sequence is right here with the video file. We're going to once again pick that up and drag it right on top onto video 2. So now you can see that they are layered. How cool is that? Now, for simplicity's sakes, I went ahead and formatted the graphic and video file so we can focus purely on integrating our green screen shot onto the new environment. This process of removing the green screen is known as keying. And if we go into the Effects panel and open Video Effects, there is actually a folder called Keying. Have you ever wondered why the green screen is, well, green? Green is the exact opposite of magenta, a color most commonly found in skin tones. Now, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. We want to first remove as much as the green screen background to reduce the possibilities of flaws in the editing process. So we go back into the effects file into the search and type in garbage, and we'll open up the 4-point garbage mat and add that to sequence 1. After adding the 4-point garbage mat, we take these white targets and move them as close to the subject as we can to remove as much of the green screen as possible. Moving them a little bit closer. There, that looks about right. Now, we can finally key the green screen. We go back into Effects, up to the search bar, delete that, open up the video effects, and open the keying folder. There are several options here. My favorite, however, and the one I'm going to show you today, is called the Ultra key. This is a new effect to the CS5 series of Adobe. We drag it and add it to sequence 1. We can finally start to key our video. So I'm going to open up the Ultra key and go down to here to the key color. Notice we can key out any color, but in this example, I would like to start to key out this green. You want to pick the most average color of the green, basically the most uniform of the green. So we will pick this. That's pretty good. However, almost never will you get a perfect key without some editing involved. I caution you, you should never accept the default settings of a key if you're going to go for the professional look. So we're going to zoom in a little bit on the subject. It's pretty good, but we're going to start messing around with some of these settings. So we're going to go to Output and go from the composite, which you see right now, to Alpha Channel. Alpha Channel is it's just a workstation, and so it's not the final product, so don't worry. We're going to go scroll down to Matte Generation. Now there's several different settings and different effects that you can go through. There's transparency, highlight, shadow, tolerance, and pedestal. We're going to start messing with some of these values. As you can see, I can go from white to all the way black to just about anything I could possibly want. What our final product will look like is white will be the most opaque and black will be the most transparent. We want to get rid of these gray areas. So we're going to try to start messing around with some of the settings. And go to highlight. Definitely need to get rid of some of that. The shadow, which is on the bottom, down. That's looking pretty good. Tolerance. See, just keep on messing with it until you get the right settings. It might take you a little bit, but that's all right. That is looking pretty good. So we're going to close up generation and zoom back out to fit and then open back up into composite. The subject's looking pretty close, like it belongs there. However, we're going to still mess around with a few more. Matte cleanup, you need to use this subject quite sparingly. As you can see, there's a green halo around our subject, and we want to get rid of that. So we're going to go to choke and start getting rid of some of that green, but not very much. We don't want to get too bad because it'll start cutting away at our subject, and we don't want that. So we'll bring that back out. It's looking pretty good at 13 or 14. Soften around the edges will make it blend, will make the subject blend more into the background. But once again, we want to use this sparing as well. As you can see, it's completely getting rid of the subject. So we'll bring that back out to about 2 or 3 is looking pretty good. Everything else, we'll just close that back up. All in all, after we close this up, we can see that this is a pretty decent key. If we hit the space bar, we'll be able to see the subject in motion. See how you can see that she is pretty well blended in with her backgrounds. There's a few spots, but it's not too bad. Remember, the possibilities are endless. This is Galey with a tutorial on how to put your green screen subject anywhere in the world. May it be land, seas, completely out of this world, or the skies. Thank you for watching, and keep on creating.